stretches we've seen since World War II. For more, we're bringing in Yahoo Finance markets reporter Josh Schaefer, who has been looking at the story through the charts.
Yes, Julie. So our first chart is going to be that historical reference that you just made, right? So taking a look at some of the biggest drawdowns in history over a 3-day period. So what stands out on your screen at the top there, within the same period, but that would have been Black Monday, where the S&P 500 fell over 20% in a 3-day period. Some other key dates stand out there. You see the Great Financial Crisis, the COVID pandemic, and again, Black Monday. Then when you flip to the screen that has our recent sell-off, you can see Trump's tariffs are actually at the bottom, a 10.73% sell-off. But again, we're talking about this level of selling off being at the level of the Great Financial Crisis, the COVID pandemic, and Black Monday. These are some of the worst days in market history. So it just puts a little bit of perspective of sort of the breadth of sell-off that we're talking about. Speaking of breadth, another chart I brought here is looking at stocks trading below their 200-day moving average. So stocks that are below their average price over the last 200 days. I was looking at this with our friend Jared Blickery, and you can see how that has just tumbled, right? And I think over the past couple of days, you guys have probably had strategists say this. I've certainly had sources tell me this. You've seen sort of correlation go to 1, right? Everything's getting sold off. We're going to sell off everything and ask questions later. I think this is one of those charts that helps sort of explain that. Everything's trading below its 200-day moving average. It doesn't matter if you're Nike and you have clear exposure to tariffs, or you're another company where there isn't a lot of tariff exposure. You're just seeing a little bit of chaos right now. I'll feed my last chart with chaos. I highlighted yesterday's market action. We could also use today's market action for the examples. But right now, what you're seeing is just clearly a market that is moving on every tariff headline. And yesterday, you saw that in about a 15-minute span with an 8% swing in markets across 15 minutes. Pretty crazy.
And then today, you had another swing that was not in the same compressed time, but I think it was a 6% swing today in the S&P 500 from the highs to the lows.
So to bring up Jared Blickery, our great friend, of course, our data editor, he ran the numbers. That's 3 straight days the S&P 500 has swung about 6% or more. So that goes back to last Friday. Again, it just gives you the feeling of it's not just you're looking at crazy headlines and you feel crazy and it feels like the market's moving. It's really moving. We were up 4% at the open today, referencing the S&P 500. I think we closed down more than 2%. I mean, the swings are real right now. They're aggressive. And I do think that's why you're hearing some folks come on air and say, you know, maybe don't just jump back into this market. Maybe have a little bit more of a relaxed feeling right now.
I was going to ask you about that. As you read through the strategist notes, which I know you do dutifully, is anybody saying buy here? Is anybody saying back up the truck?
I don't think so, Josh. I think what a lot of people want to hear is a little bit more clarity on, I mean, still, we've been saying this forever, but a little bit more clarity on exactly where we're landing with tariffs here, and they want the flow of headlines to stop. Like, I think it's just a tough environment to say, back up the truck. I want to go shopping right now on some of these
fundamental
names.
issue, your point remains policy uncertainty.
Right. And then I think Keith Lerner from Truist made a great point about this yesterday. We got earnings season coming up, right? Earnings start on Friday. And I thought Keith's point that it's not necessarily what companies say. He wants to see how stocks react to what companies say. We've had all of this selling off. We clearly have expectations that earnings won't be great and companies are going to be talking badly about tariffs. But is that priced into the market? And we're going to get a good feeling for that over the next couple of weeks as well.
To us on trade, not only with.
Yeah, and I also want to add this too. It happened this morning. Once Donald Trump announced that he wanted to add 25% tariffs on China and put a 90-day pause on other countries, that's when the market started to turn green, especially with the S&P 500, and it went more than 6% this morning. I just want to add that on. So go ahead, Ronnie. What's your take with how the stocks, hitting the historical levels through the generations that we had?
Yeah, and not only that, what also add on to that as well, Trump also put an extension on certain countries. I think on all the countries globally that he added an extension before them actually see if they're going to actually put in those high tariffs on certain selected countries. So that also boosted the stock market as well. So this is why I tell people not to panic. Don't rush. Don't withdraw from your 401k. Don't get out of the company that you already invested in because it's in the red. Eventually, the stock market will eventually fix itself. On the last show, I told you guys I could go to usdebtclock.org and you can see the deficit when it comes to aspect of the United States, where the money is actually being made, so you can make your own personal financial decision. Of course, it's not financial advice. I always speak to a financial advisor. But right now, it's a great opportunity to buy great companies that are on sale at this current moment. Because pretty soon, everything's going to go up. Like Jordan stated, Right now, everything's in the green again. So a lot of people missed out on a lot of opportunity because they was panicking, watching the news. Because the whole objective is, um, a lot of these higher ups don't want you to buy because they were trying to buy all these companies out. I'm just keeping it 100. Go ahead, Hakeem. I see you ready to cook. Go ahead,
Hey,
start cooking.
listen. This is celebration, a good time. Dun, 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 dun. Now, mind you, I'm not telling y'all to buy, but this is the good time to buy. I want to give you some statistics. Roughly 62% of the American economy owns stocks. Only 62%. So there's still 38% of people who still do not own no form of stocks, bonds, or anything. So this is still is a good time to come in and to create generational wealth. People do not get scared. We've been here before. A lot of us who can remember 2008 or 1996 when the markets were down, tremendously down. And mind you, COVID, the markets were horrible as well. This is just another repeat. This is where you start to allocate your funds the right place, not financial advice. Check your financial advisor. I'm going to repeat that. We're not a financial advice channel, but this is the good time to get into investing. Find a financial advisor. They'll tell you, hey, where can I go to hedge this so you can build a future for your family?
Yeah, so you're right behind King. I wanted to mark this. Like today, the stock market had a good day. I said SP 500 had a good day. Tesla had a good day. I think Microsoft had a good day. Disney had a good day. I can go on and on and on. So what I'm trying to say is, people, like, even though Trump is doing his tariffs, look at the stock market, yo. Especially when it's going down. If it's going down, it means something pretty big is going to happen. Major is going to happen. And it's very, very important. It's to stop feeling so freaked out in the fear of how the economy goes. When it comes to when it comes to these, we can say this is the historical times that we in, which we are talking about right now. This, Hakeem said it best. This is the perfect time to get in the stock market right now and make some money. Make some money. Please make some money. If y'all can hear us, our people that's watching us on live, people that's gonna watch us after these lives, please watch the stock market. It's right now. It's the best time to invest. I'm not saying you have to, but it's the best time.
Mm-hmm.
Say that.
Yep. And now that is also breaking news. It comes to the aspect of China is ready to sit down with Trump to make a deal. That's also breaking news. Yeah.
Ronnie, you see when you talk to Mexico about tariffs, they want to talk. When you talk to Canada, they want to talk. When the deportation with, I think it was Colombia, that Colombia president had a problem, then they want to talk. Trump knows what he's doing. I don't like the person, but Trump knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Right now, he looks like he's changing the game. I'm not saying anything right now. I'm going to wait to the end, but looks like he's changing the game right now. I just want to say that.
No, because China need it. They need the United States. But go ahead.
Hey, we about to be the richest country on the face of the earth. On the face of the earth. Y'all stop playing with us. Goofies.